Hey, my name is PolishLynx and welcome to the Letter Horror Visual Novel. We're continuing Zahar research, and apparently there is something new in the relationships. I know I said new, but well, whatever. The moon is well into the night sky by the time I make it back home. My heavy treads and the sound of traffic outside echoing in my ears, filling the empty room with some semblance of life. Nana would scold me if she ever hears me walk like that, but after today I really can give a damn about everything. The mattress creaks under my weight as I unceremoniously flop down it, and I find myself looking at the paper under my grip. An invitation and a request to cover an event. The Wright's housewarming party. Tomorrow evening. Raise your glasses. Jean, I think, cheers to the good times. You are something. I would like to say officially, but it's definitely not officially written there. Invited to the Wright housewarming party, October 28th, 2016, Friday, 3 o'clock in the afternoon onwards. Emma Garden Marsh and something. If only it were that easy, but it will give me a chance to talk to her about that thing in their house. With a sigh, I let my hand fall to the side of the bed along with the invitation. I'll think about it tomorrow when my head ain't muddled with thoughts of a headless woman and the haunting smiles of a ghost. Sorry about it. Belatedly, it occurs to me that the last meal I ate had been the one with Ashton. And an empty, gnomic age makes itself known, but I can't bring myself to stand up. Today was a complete waste of time, and frankly, a disappointment. I don't like this. The lack of certainty, that is disquiet, the lack of stable ground to stand on, the part where I do not know what will come tomorrow. Ever since that damn letter. You know which one. Everything has been thrown out of the loop. I wish everything stayed the same. Routine would have been easier to make sense of than this. I mean, routine is always like the most sensible thing, but it doesn't reach the best. Closing my eyes, I let the noise from the streets below lull me to sleep. At the very least, that's the one thing that hasn't changed. Okay. Oh, you have a nightmare again. The melody carries into the hall long before I cross the threshold. Solemn but gentle and soothing, reminder of what home is. Past firm but meaningful gaze, masked with full smiles, the warm rays filtering through the eaves. At sunset, the distinct smell of wet earth and leaves after a long day's rain and our room. The room, Ma and Pa's pride and joy, a place we were once promised several springs ago. Yet it won't stop.
No, wait! Come back! I'll be good this time! Please don't leave! Please stay!
We know the fact that he's a grown-up here, even though he technically is a kid in the events that he dreams about. I think he should have the voice changed. Hey, I have to find something in this game, okay, that I can complain about, because so far there is nothing. I think there was something, but it was so minor that I don't remember what it was. And here again, right? The floorboards are cold under my feet, more than it usually is. The walls more forbidding than what I'm used to. Unless his voice changed really fast into the grown one of a man. Further and further the room goes. Mass singing hisses and Pa. I can't hear Pa. Not above the raucous clanging and the deafening roar of gunshots nor the screams replacing the comforting soft melodies. There is only the blinding fear. But when the light breaks... Oh, for fuck's sake. Her skin has already taken a sickle pale color, rotten in most parts, blood dripping from every open gash and lesion on her body. Bony hands grip Hannah's neck like a noose, staining the skin underneath with a vibrant shade of scarlet. Nothing but malice fills the gleam in her eyes. A scream ripples through the air. My whole body feels distant. Every limb heavy with lead, all unable to move at will. Not even so I can wipe the beds of sweat forming at my temple. Oh boy. The rasping of my breath easily fills the room in the wee hours, while I force it back into a steady rhythm. There is tightness in my chest I can't shake off, my heart pounding against it, as if it's about to burst out. Something cold has settled in my legs. Oh shit. Not the usual chill that comes and goes with the passing breeze from the window, but one strong enough to sting, shackle, and leave a frigid sensation gripping up my skin. Oh boy! With every struggle the pressure winds firmly around my legs. Tighter. And tighter. And tighter. All until it becomes too much. My heart stops. Mine as well, man. Another draft sweeps in the room and brings with the iron tank of blood. Thick. Suffocating. Filling my nose with a foul, sinking smell as I shift my gaze downwards and it slowly comes into view. Oh shit. Oh shit. What am I supposed to do now? Mouths. Ah, so disgusting. I'm sorry. I bet you were cute. But mouth stretched in a hideous smile and eyes brimming with nothing but madness. The stench of gore taints the air around me and I can't look away from it. From the terror and death that her uncanny twisted features alone scream. I try to open my mouth to shout to ask for help, but my voice has left my body altogether. All I have is a painful realization that no kind of plea will ever save me from her. And suddenly the bed dips. What the f... Holy shit. The brutal plunge back into myself jerks me awake. Whew. There's no split scream, no wild thrashing of limbs. Just a painful, constricting awareness that something has wound itself tightly around my neck. I waste no second pulling it, a blanket away, but allow myself a few minutes to steady my breathing before getting off the bed. Inhale, hold, exhale. 1 step, 2 steps, 3. But the dreams have gotten worse. You don't say, man! Ever since 2 days ago, no longer are they the small crazy flashes that I'm used to, but vivid ones that linger. I can still feel the blood in my hands, the putrid smell of rotting flesh, the singing crunch of bones breaking with my every movement, and her cold chilling eyes as they bore into me. I draw in one long dragged breath, and before I know it, I'm walking out the door. Even the waking word, it reeks. Boy. A bench on the park is far from the most pride place for thoughts in Luxburn, considering its location at the heart of bustling city. But in the early hours of the morning, it provides enough peace and quiet for any poor problematic soul who happens to wander here. The city just waking up. I mean, there are a lot of people already. A little later than usual. But knowing what day it is, one can fault it for being a little tardy just this once. So what? Why? Come on. It's not because of the event, right? Yet neither the pleasant morning chill nor the soft twittering of birds does anything to banish the images. Every single one has rooted itself in my head. It's closed in deep in what is no longer a safe place to hide in.
London Bridge is falling down.
It used to be easy finding some pretense of peace under the guise of sheer optimism following regular routine. Now, shut up, kid. Now I don't know what to make of it. Sometimes it's easier to... Shut up! Sometimes it's easier to run, easier to hide when everything's falling apart. Shut up! That way you don't have to be the first to witness it when it does. God damn it! It worked when things went bad with the movie after all. It also worked when Ma and Pa were taken from us. Maybe it really is better if I just...
Hey, mister!
Okay, Zachary, you better run. Because that literally screams FBI. The tiny voice gives me a pulse. When I look up, a little girl, maybe about 6 or 7, is pericappy. 2 wide eyes, overflowing with what can only be the natural curiosity one typically sees in children. I vaguely note the Sandgoretti uniform she's wearing before returning her greeting. How do you know what kind of uniform I wear? Dude, that's creepy!
Hey kid.
Kylie.
Kylie?
That's my name. Mama said it's rude not to call people by their names.
She then flops down the empty space beside me. Her little legs, still too short to touch the ground, swings in tune with the song she hums under her breath. I don't mind kids. That's not something you should be saying, man. Nana would often invite the ones in our old neighborhood to give them treats. Okay, this sounds even more suspicious right now. Of course, by then, Sis and I were both too old to play with them, but you get used to the commotion eventually. It's not completely as unpleasant as most people would imply. Kylie seems to be a well-behaved kid anyway.
Oh, sorry. Nice to meet you, Kylie. Is Mama here?
No, but my big brother's with me. He's taking pictures with his camera over there.
She points to the far end of the park, the one closest to the street where a kid is taking shots of something above him. It doesn't look to be birds because all there is on that side of the park are buildings.
I don't see what's so interesting with the tip of a building, though. I'd take pictures of dogs if I were him. They're cuter.
You are correct about that.
Do you have a camera too, mister?
Yeah, I'm actually a photographer.
Mama said I'm too young to get a camera.
Yeah, 7, yes, definitely.
I'm sure your mama will eventually give you one. But won't you be late for school like this?
Big brother will get us there on time. Rowan promised Papa. We aren't going to be late. It's sports day. So it's not good if you keep looking like that today. If it ends up raining and we lose, it's your fault.
All right, I'll try not to upset the clouds today, kid.
Is it because you're sick, mister?
If I know it, a smile has spread over my face. They say kids ask the toughest questions sometimes. That's true, no matter how the kid that's too. And they sure do, with how sincere Kylie looks. Lying feels like doing her a huge disservice.
No, not sick. Just having a very, very bad day.
Why is that? Is that like when my big brother ate all of my pudding? He did that once and then cried. It wasn't very nice of him.
Yeah, I think so. You see, there's this mean girl. She's given my friends and I a lot of trouble. Hard to keep up when things are like that, you know? Especially when you can't do anything. It's kind of scary. Makes you wish things will just stay as peaceful as they used to be.
Maybe she just wants to be friends with you?
I highly doubt that. She already hurt one of my friends.
What if she's just sad? Or maybe she just wants help. That's what happened with Melody. I let her borrow my crayon when she left hers. Now we're playmates.
It's not really the same thing, Kylie. What she did, they're pretty bad things.
I still think there's another reason. Did you try talking to her? That's what Mama said I should do.
I don't think that'll work either.
But I know it's risky, but let's give it a try, right?
You haven't even tried yet. You sound like Rowan. You're just scared, mister.
I mean, Understandable, right? Anyway, that strikes a chord. Maybe it's the honesty in her tone or simply the truth in the words itself. I don't know why, but I can't help it. I laugh. Loud enough to disturb an elderly couple taking a leisure walk nearby.
Why are you laughing?
That's nothing. You're a really smart kid, you know that?
That's what I've been doing, ain't I? Go full speed ahead and then backtrack when the going gets tough. Stay in my safe zone because that's what I know. Once, Dr. Navarro said I should be the first one willing to deal with my problems for anyone else. I didn't show up on our next appointment after that. But he's right. And though I had to admit it, knowing what I've seen, but the kid makes a good point too. I've been so caught up thinking there might not be a way out. Maybe there isn't, or maybe there is, but that doesn't mean I should just leave it up to fate. Aren't spirits supposed to be humans before too? Had people they cared about, lived a life of their own, smart and loved like the rest of us does. Do they really lose all of it after death?
You better get to school, though, or you'll miss sports day. Be sure to win yourself some awards, alright?
Alright. Can I show it to you when I do? That can cheer people up, right?
In the distance, her brother calls for her, and I took that as a sign to leave. Good things to do to face the first few steps, they say.
Nah, I'm good now, I think. Thanks to you. Besides, Mr. needs to go. But you should show it to Mama and Papa. I'm sure they'll be proud of you, Kylie.
I will. Thanks, mister. Bye.
I give her a little pat on the head before heading my way. A small gesture of thanks from a stranger she didn't know she might have helped. She may not understand now, even though at such a young age she already has this understanding of things, but maybe when she's older. When the world no longer seems too big for her.
But aren't you going to help me, mister?
With what?
Confused, I glance back. Okay, are you shitting me? Whatever cheer our love brought has vanished under the shadows suddenly dancing in my eyes. This frigid air is most definitely not how the morning chill should feel like. Bitter, stinging, unwelcoming, and the kid.
What do you think, mister? Are you going to help me?
What do you want from us?
The response never comes, however, because when I blinked, gone.
Hello? Mister? Are you okay?
For several passing seconds, I let my stare linger on her face, waiting for any sign of another change. But all that remains in there is the carefree smile of the child, none of the spite, none of the cold, bloody smile.
Nothing, huh? I really need to go, Kylie. It was nice meeting you.
See you again, mister!
Children are creepy. Sometimes. Alright. Oh, there's nothing here? Oh, but before. Okay, makes sense. That happened before this, alright. Zachary's nightmare became worse with each passing day. To help clear his mind of the unfinished, Zach took a visit to the park. There he met little Kylie Suarez, a precious young girl studying at San Goretti. It still creeps me out the fact that he knows what high school she was in. Wait, not high school, what school? The 7th primary school, right? Okay, also I'm curious if any of those four is named. No, none of them is named Suarez, let's face it. I break into a run. I don't look back, not even as I bump a couple of passers by as soon as I'm out on the busy streets. Going insane? This is what it is! And if we don't do something soon, we all will be. Okay, so you want to tell me that you run straight to the house where she might appear again? The tremors follow me even as I get home. I'd hope a little stroll around the block for a few hours would help. Instead, I'm assaulted with more images of her smile, the loathing in her eyes, the stench of gore, the horrid crunch that comes with every movement she makes. Even old memories have been soothed by her, and Ma's song no longer sounds as sweet as it meant to be. In the end, all I got is a sinking feeling I will never be rid of her image, and another ridiculous idea that may or may not even work. The sun is really hanging low on the horizon when I make it back, and for the first time coming home feels more like a chore. Only I didn't arrive to an empty room. Say what? Because since I opened the door, I am greeted by none other than...
Sup, Z-Man?
Oh my god!
I told you we should have called him before going here.
It's fine.
It is Ashton. I see you first, sitting comfortably on the couch, munching on a bag of chips with both feet propped atop the coffee table. Whatever proverbial stone has made a home, and the pit of my stomach automatically flies right out the window at the sight of him. But before any expressions has set in, my attention is taken by the other occupant in the room. Isabel perches on the only other chair in the room, attempting to make herself smaller, it seems, from how closely she's hanging her arms against her. Nevertheless, she gives me a small smile when she notices my stare. Yet somehow there ain't any warmth in it like it's supposed to have.
Hey, Zach. Sorry we just barged in here. Ash was...
Relax. Z-Man gave me a copy of the key himself.
Only after you broke the 13th one? I can't keep replacing them every time you think it'd be a good idea to break into my apartment. And stop calling me Z-Man!
I didn't break anything this time.
Ash, just because I gave you a key doesn't mean you can just stroll in here whenever you want to. And, hey, is that my...
Ash smirks at me because of course he has the gall to smirk knowing what he did. He pops in what's very likely the last piece of chip into his mouth, and folds the wrapper neatly on the table before throwing it on the nearby trash. From her chair, Isabella shoots me an apologetic smile as soon as the foil hits the waste bin with a dull tongue. Common sense dictates that I should be angry. But after everything, having something normal play out in front of me, no matter how childish their antics can get, I can't bring myself to master even a tidbit of it. Behind me, the television starts blaring the music over the end credits of a movie. They have likely been waiting for a while if Ash has gotten impatient enough to rummage through my cupboards and watch something.
Of course he eats all of it. You know, I was saving that for the weekend. Did you at least share some with Bella?
Don't worry about it. I'm good, Zach.
Really? It's free food, you know? What was that you usually say? You don't say no to free food? What happened?
No, I'm just not hungry.
Ash only shrugs at the question in my eyes. I can't be the only one who finds the vibe she's giving off to be odd, and the guy has no doubt already caught wind of it.
Aye. But if you want something, just say so. I've got a fully restocked pantry right here at your disposal. Still not a 5-star level thing, but for an empty stomach, it'd do. Just say the word.
Thanks, Zach. Maybe next time. Food is not really what we came here for. Ash, he's the one who...
She casts brief glance at Ash, and in an instant, he sits up. Every trace of amusement is gone from his face, and he clasps his hand in front of him and leans forward. A minuscule gesture meant to ease, yet the grim expression on him tells a different story altogether.
Alright, you two, what's this about? I don't like those looks. What I said was weird, I'm aware of that. But I'm not taking it back. Isabella's not the only one here who's seen it.
A short but tense pause follows. They are both stalling. Under normal circumstances, I'd wait. With these two, the more we force it, the more they will clamp down on it. But as a handful of seconds continue to slip by, the unsettling feeling in me also grows with it. Soon it turns into impatience. Before I can demand a response, for one of them finally speaks up. It is Ashton who first breaks it.
I'm not asking you to. No, you're right. There really are some odd things going on here lately.
How is everything with you lately, Zach?
Hold on, Ash. Both of you. Did I just hear you say that? Is this why Isabella's here? Has something happened?
Calm down, we're just here to check on things. So, did you meet Andrew about the photos?
What photographs?
Said photographs has been sitting untouched since the day I dumped them into my drawer. Isabella goes very still when I hand her the small stack. To her credit, she does not flinch like I was expecting her to and flips through each one of it in silence. But while her eyes remain strangely calm, her hands have gone rigid and her mouth has set in a thin line. She, out of all people, understands what this means. In hindsight, she should have been the one I approached before Ash.
What did Andrew say about them?
It could be one, but there's no guarantee it's a supernatural thing. It doesn't always happen. So, That's a dead end right there. Now that I think about it, bothering that guy for this feels pretty silly now. But with the dreams lately...
That's all? Did he say anything about the damn letter at all? Did you ask him even?
I paused, glanced at him skeptically. I don't know where this sudden curiosity is coming from. Steve Ashton, calm, cool, collected, always logical Ashton, takes interest in this. Something or someone must have fucked shit up somewhere. Or the world is ending. Seconds pass. The apocalypse I'm expecting to go along with it doesn't arrive, however.
Yeah, that's really everything. The letter kind of slipped my mind. The photos were more important at that time. There was some stuff about the local horror stories, though. Talked about the curses, and he was really fascinated with the story about a wraith asking for a sacrifice to move on. Kinda nasty if you ask me, but it does make sense if you simply go along with it. I'm not sure how this will help in the grand scheme of things. Why are you asking about this anyway?
Rose's death isn't just a coincidence, Zach. It may have something to do with... I may have...
Wait, stop right there for a sec, Bella. I thought you ain't buying this stuff, Ash. Just the other day, you said the exact same thing.
I still don't, but even Rebecca, out of all people, claims there's something. Whatever this is, someone has got to look into it. Everything about this screams shady.
Are you sure you even have the time? Ain't you busy with your current case?
I got taken off that one.
You didn't say you were taken off your case.
I just got the news this morning. Apparently the higher-ups think I'm doing a horrendous job at it. It doesn't matter though. If these two cases are connected like I initially thought, then regardless, I'm on the right track.
Are you sure we should even be doing this?
Doing what exactly?
There's someplace we'll visit after this.
Too vague for comfort, Ash. And please don't tell me you're bringing her with you.
His affirmation comes in the form of stare, but that alone says all I need to know. What I pointed out gives him a pause, and his voice is thick with hesitation when he addresses Isabella.
You know what? Zach's right, Isabella. You don't have to come with me.
It's not myself I'm worried about. It's you. I'll just do this myself, if it'll get you into more trouble with your superiors. At least I can make up an excuse why I need to be there.
Don't be ridiculous. You're not walking in there without me. Besides, I think it's a little too late to back out now. Have you two seen the news this morning?
I haven't, actually. Mama called, and I was busy.
The change dealer on her, while small, cannot have gone unnoticed and directs every willpower not to ask. Probably the only thing reigning in my curiosity is the fact that Ash himself hadn't brought it up either.
No problem. It should be in the afternoon news as well.
Another victim by the Anselm Butcher. Man burned after a room catches fire. Alright. In before, that's the guy that was taking photographs in the park. He grabs the remote and cycles through numerous channels until he gets to a news report about another guy who has been found dead in the early hours of the morning today. Burned alive this time. Oddly, no fire has spread, and whatever damage has been contained within the place the body was found. The room itself, however, has been completely vandalized. Help me. Help me. Help me. Another murder, the authorities claimed. Isabel and I knew better. None of us shift even after the report ends, but the room has suddenly felt stifling. Ashton's eyes have gone hooded with what appears to be a restrained anger, and the remote in his hand creaks mildly under his grip. The stone is back in my stomach. A tiny little thing gripping at my insides, growing with every passing second as the dread sinks in. In the thick of it, Isabel's voice is the one that breaks the hush. A small weak thing on its own that wavers unevenly between words, but every syllable heavy with meaning.
This is because of that thing, isn't it? I did this somehow.
And okay, the last part is bullshit. When it fades, all that's left in the air is her doubt and fear. Well, all we can do is to cope. We can still fix this! Stay silent. Come on. Of course we can fix this, damn it.
It ain't too late. We could still fix this. There's 3 of us here.
Relationships? Isabella up, Ashton up. Look at this, Zachary. I mean, if some female audience is around, I guess they might enjoy where this is going. Right? I guess, I think it might be like that. I think.
Four if you count Rebecca.
No, she's staying away from this.
She lifts her gaze at me, eyes steady and shoulders squared as she holds it against the buff look I give her. Although in the next second I get immediately softens and it takes me by surprise nevertheless. In those brief moments, it's like I faced a different person.
I don't want to involve her in this any more than I already have. Both of you as well.
I already said it. That's completely out of the question. Stop asking.
Still and all, that's 2 extra heads who can do the thinking. Between us 3, I'm sure we'll figure something out pretty soon.
Don't make this whole thing sound like it's a piece of cake to deal with.
It ain't. But better than sitting around, yeah? Plan is still a plan.
You're going to shoot yourself in the foot one day with that kind of thinking. We don't even know who's doing this. The last 2 murders might just be similar incidents done by 2 different suspects.
Hasn't stopped you from going after them before. Remember that time when you...
Okay, stop right there. There will be no retelling of that incident today, Z-Man. Or ever.
Keep calling me Z-Man and maybe I will.
Suddenly Isabel laughs. For muffled by her hands, it rings loud and easy against the thick tension in the room. Still a far cry from the usual chill she carries, but brings a welcome shift in the otherwise dreary mood.
Thanks, you two.
I'll tell you about it when he's not around.
Give it up, Z-Man. She's not interested.
Who says I'm not?
Yeah. Ash makes a face but chucks at the jest despite himself.
Why am I even friends with you two?
And like this, most of our rules are ebbed away, if only for a few moments. They take their leave mere minutes, close to sundown. But regardless of the lighter mood, little has been said of their plans, only vague hints of what they're aiming to do after. Well, it ain't any of my business no, some people of this whole thing soon knows me. A tiny passing thought urges me to do something as well. To go out and go somewhere. We'll find out where exactly in the next episode. Alright, for now, hope you enjoyed and hope to see you tomorrow. Bye bye.